The Niners are streaking right now. After that 3-game losing streak in October, San Francisco has now won 4 in a row, trying to make it 5 today against the Seahawks. Drew Lock gets the start in place of the injured Geno Smith. Brock Purdy and the 49ers are looking for 5 straight over the division rivals from Seattle. Great start for the Niners. Christian McCaffrey with a 72-yard run down to the 3-yard line on the very first snap of the game. 145 yards rushing for him, but no touchdowns. Maybe he should have finished off those final 3 yards. Very next snap, Jordan Mason punches it in for a 7-0 lead for San Francisco. Seahawks answer, though. Next possession, Locke hits DK Metcalf for a 31-yard score, and we're all tied up at 7. And then, late in the first quarter, Jason Myers with a 40-yard field goal, and San Francisco is down 10-7, but that deficit short-lived for the Niners. Halfway through the second quarter, Purdy with as perfect a throw as you can make to Deebo Samuel for a 54-yard score, and San Francisco is back on top 14-10. Second half, Samuel again, this time on the end around to go up 21-10. 2 touchdowns on 150 total yards for Samuel, but Seattle refuses to go away. Late in the third, Locke with the double pump fake, then he hits a wide-open Colby Parkinson for a 25-yard touchdown. No dice on the 2-point conversion, though, so the Niners, they're still up 21-16, and they answer that score with one of their own. Purdy to George Kittle, a 44-yard touchdown. Purdy throws for a career-high 368 yards and 2 touchdowns. He also has an interception. And then on defense, San Francisco forcing a couple of turnovers. Jair Brown picking off Locke. 49ers harassing him all day, sacking him 4 times. Nick Bosa with 1.5 sacks as the Niners win easily 28-16. For more from Levi's Stadium, let's send it out to our Kirsten Keller. Sean and Kirsten talking playoffs. Well, in Las Vegas, the Raiders are hosting the Vikings. This game of interest to San Francisco because a Vikings loss locks up a playoff berth for the Niners. But it was an ugly one. A 36-yard Greg Joseph field goal with just under 2 minutes to play. The only points of the day. Minnesota wins it 3-0, but the Niners, they can still be the first team into the postseason with the Packers loss tomorrow against the Giants. Only team as hot as San Francisco right now is Dallas. Tonight, they're hosting the Eagles, and Philly looking to avoid back-to-back losses as it tries to stay atop the NFC. And just like the Niners did to them, the Cowboys dominate the Eagles. Dak Prescott throws for 271 yards and 2 touchdowns. That 13-yard strike to CeeDee Lamb. Then, just before the half, this quick hitter to Michael Gallup to go up 24-6 at the break. Philly turns it over 3 times tonight as well as the Cowboys roll to a 33-13 win. So Dallas, Philly, and San Francisco all tied with 10-3 records, but the Niners have wins over both the Eagles and Cowboys, so they are now the top seed in the NFC. I'm calling this the Sacramento Bowl in Cincinnati. Colts head coach Shane Steichen, an Oak Ridge grad, paying a visit to the Bengals, led on offense by Folsom grad Jake Browning. Indianapolis comes in riding a 4-game winning streak, and just like in the regular season in high school football, it's the Bulldogs coming out on top against the Trojans. Browning throws for 275 yards and 2 touchdowns. His family on hand to celebrate as Cincy wins it 34-14. A wild finish in Baltimore with the Rams and Ravens in overtime, and Tylan Wallace ends it with a 76-yard punt return for a touchdown. Baltimore wins it 37-31 to improve to 10-3. Rams, they fall to 6-7. Another game of note, Bills visiting Kansas City. Buffalo wins that one 20-17 in semi-controversial fashion. We're going to take a break, but when we come back, we're hitting the hardwood, checking in on the Kings. Last in action on Friday, and De'Aaron Fox doing what he does. We got highlights, or rather reaction, on Fox's performance coming up after the break. Welcome back to Final Quarter. No games in the NBA today. The whole league off on the day after the inaugural in-season tournament. Of course, the Lakers winning that one over the Pacers last night. The Kings, they were last in action on Friday, beating the Suns 114-106 thanks to a huge third quarter. But we're going to focus on the fourth quarter. More specifically, De'Aaron Fox's performance in that fourth quarter. He had a game-high 34 points, but 23 of those coming in the final frame. He was going off. An and one to open things up. 3 made threes, 8 free throws. A fitting performance from the reigning clutch player of the year.
Shots started going in. That's what he does.
Kings open up the week with a back-to-back at home against the Nets tomorrow, then going down to L.A. to play the Clippers. And quickly, want to give a shout-out to Folsom, Colusa, and Woodland Christian. Those 3 teams bringing home state championships this weekend.
All right, Chris, thank you.